Hello students, welcome to first lecture of S block element. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about the common characteristics of S blocks and their chemical reactivity, physical reactivity, occurrence, abundance in earth crust, etc. So we know that periodic table is actually designed based on different orbitals. Mainly we have four orbitals S, P, D and F block. So we are going to study all of them step by step. So in this lecture we will start with S block elements, and all the S block elements are generally metals. So normal nature of metal will be to donate electron or to lose electron. So periodic table is based on the orbitals. That means in element, orbitals occupied by electron, last orbitals occupied by electron. If electron enters into the s orbital, then element belongs to s block. If last electron occupies d orbital, then it will be d block element. If it occupies p orbital, then it will be p block element, and similar with f block. So let's start with basic details. So first, objectives. So objectives are describe the general characteristics of the alkali metals and their compounds. In S block we have two different type of metals, alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, and we will discuss about them in detail in upcoming points. Second, explain the general characteristics of alkaline earth metals and their compounds. Describe the manufacture, properties and uses of industrially important sodium and calcium compounds including Portland cement, and appreciate the biological significance of the sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium. So the unit start with the statement: the first element of the alkali and alkaline earth metal differs in many respects from the other members of the group. Now this is true for p block element as well. All the group's first elements have certain limitation, and these limitations are they are comparatively more electronegative than the remaining elements. Reason for that is smaller size. Smaller size, that means less distance from the nucleus of the outermost electron. So less distance, that means stronger attraction. Smaller size leads to electronegativity, and then next point is they lack d orbital. If you check the other elements of the groups, then you will notice all of them contains d orbitals except first element of each group. As for example, if we talk about the p block elements and if we compare carbon with other group members, then you will notice outermost orbital of the carbon is 2, that means 2s and 2p, and remaining elements contains let's say second element, it contains 3 orbital, third orbit, that means 3s, 3p and 3d. So if there is necessity, then it can use the orbital. So same thing will goes with the S block elements. First elements are comparatively smaller in size and they lack d orbitals, and that's why they behave differently. So S block elements of the periodic table are those in which the last electron enters the outermost s orbital. As the s orbitals can accommodate only 2 electrons, two groups 1 and 2 belongs to S block of the periodic table. So that means we can predict how many members will be in each series or blocks. In d orbital, maximum 10 electrons can occupy, that means it has 10 members. In p orbital, maximum 6 electrons, that means it has 6 different groups. And in f block, total 14 different groups. So group 1 of the periodic table consists of elements lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. They are collectively known as alkali metals. These are so called because they form hydroxides on the reaction with the water, which are strongly alkaline in nature. Alkaline, that means basic in nature. The element of group 2 includes beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. These elements, with the exception of beryllium, are commonly known as alkaline earth metal. These are so called because their oxides and hydroxides are alkaline in the nature, and these metal oxides are found in earth crust. and the earth crust means a thin rocky outer layer of earth. Among the alkali metals, sodium and potassium are abundant, and the lithium, rubidium and cesium have much lower abundance, which will be discussed in upcoming table. Francium is highly radioactive. Its longest lived isotope 223 francium has half-life of only 21 minutes. That means if you have 1 kg of francium, then it will take 21 minutes to decompose or decay into 500 grams. So that means firstly they are radioactive elements. So they are always decaying. That means continuously they are separating in two different type of atoms or more than two different type of atoms, and during this process it releases comparatively high amount of energy in form of radiation. Of the alkaline earth metals, calcium and magnesium rank 5th and 6th in abundance respectively in the earth crust. Strontium and barium have much lower abundance. Beryllium is rare and radium is the rarest of all, the comprising only 10 raised to 10% of igneous rock. Igneous rock, that means made from lava. And the general electronic configuration for S block elements will be Ns1 and Ns2. Lithium and beryllium, the first element of group 1 and 2 respectively, exhibits some properties which are different from those of the other members of the respective group. So our unit started with the same statement. In these anomalous properties, they resembles the second element of the following group. Thus, lithium shows similarity to the magnesium and beryllium to the aluminum in many of their properties. That means they are in diagonal relationship with the periodic table elements. So these type of diagonal similarities are commonly referred to as diagonal relationship in the periodic table. The diagonal relationship is due to the similarity in ionic sizes and or charge or radius ratio of the element. So if we observe the periodic table rules or trends, then you will notice as we move from left to right in periodic table, sizes will shrink, and as we move from top to bottom, sizes will increase. That means if you move in a period from left to right, then size will shrink, and as we move from top to bottom in a group, then size will increase. So that means we are talking about the first two elements of the S block. That means first element will be here, second element will be here. So this first element lithium has a diagonal relationship with the element present here, and similarly this other element beryllium has diagonal relationship with element present here, that means aluminium. And main reason for that is similar type of sizes of their respective atoms or ions. And why? Because as mentioned, as we move from left to right, sizes will shrink. As we move from top to bottom, then sizes will increase. So that means when we move one step from left to right, that means let's start with lithium. So we are present here, and as we move in this direction, right direction, size will shrink. But as we move from top to bottom, again size will increase. So that means you will get similar size or similar radius in this cross relationship or diagonal relationship. Same trend will be observed for adjacent element. When we move from beryllium to adjacent element, then size will decrease because of moving in the same period. And as we move from top to bottom in a group, again size will increase. So in this relationship we will get similar sizes. So the diagonal relationship is due to the similarity in ionic and sizes and or charge radius ratio of the elements. Monovalent sodium and potassium ions and divalent magnesium and calcium ions are found in large proportion in the biological fluids. Now monovalent, that means usually it will form one bond or it will get +1 or -1 charge. Similarly, divalent will form two bonds or it will get +2 or -2 charges. So this ion performs important biological functions such as maintenance of ion balance and nerve impulse conduction. Now nerve impulse condition, that means it is our communication system, nervous system. Nervous system sends electrical pulses for the communication purpose, and these type of ions will help in this type of communication. Now let's start with our first group 1 element, alkali metals. The alkali metal shows regular trend in their physical and chemical properties with the increasing atomic number. The atomic, physical and chemical properties of the alkali metals are discussed below. So first of all, electronic configuration. So all the alkali metals have one valence electron in ns orbital. So its common electronic configuration will be noble gas core ns1. Outside the noble gas core, the loosely held s electron in the outermost valence shell of these elements makes them the most electropositive metals. So all of the s orbital metals are highly electropositive metals. That means their common tendency is to release electron. So they readily lose electron to give monovalent M plus ion, hence they are never found in the free state in nature. So all of the S block elements present in nature are in their ionic state. That means plus 1 oxidation state, or if we talk about the alkaline earth metal, then it will be in plus 2 oxidation state. So these are the electronic configurations of our S block element first group: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. All of them shows 2s1 or 3s1 or 4s1 and follow type of electronic configuration. And bottommost francium, it will be radioactive element. Next point, atomic and ionic radii. The alkali metals atoms have the largest sizes in particular period of their periodic table. And reason for that, as we discussed, as we move from left to right, sizes will shrink. And reason for that, why sizes are shrinking although electrons are increasing, because of nuclear charge, effective nuclear charge. That means number of protons are also increasing inside the core or nucleus, and because of increasing positive charge inside the nucleus, electrons will feel stronger attraction towards the center, and that's why sizes will shrink. So as we move from left to right, with electrons, protons are also increasing, and that's why nuclear attraction increases and it will lead in decreasing size. So all of the elements of the S block, in particularly group 1 elements, will be largest in size because they are the first elements of respective period. If you check the periodic table as mentioned here, you will notice all the first group elements of the S blocks are the first member of respective periods. Okay, so that means if we compare the lithium with their remaining elements, if we compare the sodium with their remaining group or period members, if we compare the calcium with their remaining period members, then they are the first and they are leftmost element. And as we move on left to right in periodic table, sizes are shrinking because of effective nuclear charges. So that means first element of each period will be largest in size. So this statement was mentioned. And similarly, we can check the diagonal relationship in this case as well. As discussed, as we move from left to right, sizes will increase. Sizes will decrease, and as we move from top to bottom, sizes will increase because of increasing orbitals. So lithium to beryllium size will shrink, but beryllium to magnesium size will increase. So eventually we will get to similar sizes as we move from diagonal line. Similar situation with beryllium to aluminium. As we move from beryllium to boron, size will decrease, but as we move from boron to aluminium, size will increase. That's why in this diagonal relationship we will get similar radiuses. So all the S block elements are largest in their respective periods, and with increasing atomic number the atom becomes larger. That means we are talking about the first group elements. With increasing atomic number, that means we are moving from top to bottom in the group. That means we are moving from top to bottom, it represents sizes will increase with increasing orbits. So the monovalent ions are smaller than the parent atom because they are losing electron. As we can see, they are producing M plus ions. So if electrons are removed, then sizes will reduce, and if electrons are added, then sizes will increase. So for metallic elements, their atoms are larger than their ions, and for non-metallic elements or electronegative elements, their atoms are smaller than their ions because they accept electron. By accepting electron, their sizes will increase. By donating or removing or losing electrons, sizes of positive ions shrinks. The atomic and ionic radii of alkali metals increases on moving down to the group. That is, they increase in size while going from lithium to cesium. Now in most cases you won't find discussion about the francium because as mentioned it is highly radioactive and it is very short lifespan. It has very short lifespan, so that means we do not have enough compound to study. Next is ionization enthalpies, that means energy related data for ionization, and in this case ionization refers to the formation of positive ion or losing electron. The ionization enthalpies of alkali metals are considerably low and decreases down to the group from lithium to cesium. This is because of effect of increasing size outweighs the increase in nuclear charges, and the outermost electron is very well screened from the nuclear charge. So ionization enthalpies are always positive because we are removing electron from the attraction of nucleus. If electron is going in larger orbit, that means it will absorb the energy, and to get ion out of the atom, that means by removal of electron, then we need to put energy into electron so that we can remove the electron from orbits, and that's why ionization enthalpies are always positive even for strongly metallic elements. Now as we move from top to bottom, sizes are increasing and number of protons are also increasing. But in this case, if you move from left to right, then nuclear charge or number of protons are more dominant effect. But if you are moving from top to bottom, then increasing size is more dominant, and that's why, as mentioned here, the increasing size outweighs the increasing nuclear charge. And second point, outermost electrons are well screened. That means inner orbital electrons will neutralize most of the charges of the nucleus, and that's why outermost electron feels very poor attraction towards the nucleus. It is called screened or screening effect. Next is a hydration enthalpy. The hydration enthalpies of alkali metal ions decreases with the increase in ionic sizes. So that means smallest ion will have highest hydration enthalpy and largest ion will have minimum. So trend is mentioned. So lithium has maximum degree of hydration, and for this reason lithium salts are mostly hydrated. Example, lithium chloride 2H2O. That means two water molecules are attached with LiCl molecule. And now from next point we will discuss in upcoming lecture.